you can up at the top.
I got it. I got it. Okay.
Oh.
I didn't. You wrote down that gem of wisdom of mine because I didn't. I never remember what it is.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's the right wording. It's great to have other people.
Sure is.
So where it says get inspired, leading your total life emails. I'm not sure what that says. I mean, I can get inspired as an action.
How about get inspired?
Make sure you're a part of our total life email chain, or
get inspiration delivered to your inbox.
Oh yeah, get inspiration delivered.
Yeah, that's beautiful. What if we just had get inspiration ... delivered?
Yeah.
Need to over explain.
I like that too.
Okay.
Awesome pop up.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Paige did that beautiful graphic.
I like it. And I think Paige did a better job than Colleen did for, like, I wish I'd had Paige do an Instagram template.
Well, she's actually coming up with a couple for you to work with our conversation yesterday. So yeah. So there's that. Okay, so as we go down, we've talked about this.
So how do you feel about the screen? Like, I feel very green.
Right.
It's muted, isn't it?
It's clever, but it feels green.
Okay. I'm green, Susan. Fair enough.
Whereas the purple haze on the other one is very
totally fine, right? Yeah.
Can't believe that's your garden.
Yeah, it's a little overgrown at the moment.
Last time I was there, it was a winter wonderland. Or a winter wasteland.
Isn't that fun? All right, so we've got and then the inner pages there are some major and some minor inner pages. So speaking, we've got new copy. We're going to have a couple of talk titles here. And long-term plan, it'd be great if they could download a PDF speaker sheet for you.
Okay.
And that'll be just simple.
Do we have another picture that we can put here? Because it's the same picture I just seen.
So we have not limited, but we have a certain number, and they are going to be recurring. So
until we have a speaking photo, right?
Yeah, I really don't. Personally, I feel like it's all on brand and it works for me.
Yeah. Okay, if we haven't got one.
And then we've got testimonials here. And we're using a sorter here so that people can see that there's public relation and coaching. So it works.
There are more PR testimonials. I don't know if you grabbed them from the Elford Communications website. They're old, but
we have 3. Okay.
There's more though.
Great.
I can go find them.
I think they might be on your PR page. Hold on.
I never used to be in the habit of asking for testimonials. So I've got a zillion clients who've never given me testimonials.
Right? It's pretty normal. You could, sometimes if they're not that old, long ago, you could reach out on LinkedIn and give them one and they might give you one. So yeah, so this one is from your website, your other website, and it's already in testimonials. And I think this one is too.
Meanwhile, Georgie she's also been through my Accelerate program, so I have a great testimony from her for that as well. So 2 separate ones. She's hired me a couple times.
Awesome.
So would we be allowed to use the BP logo?
I have it on my webpage. Yeah, I asked them for a testimonial after I worked with them, and they said they don't do that. But there's no work there.
It's a case.
Rather than saying corporation case study BP Canada, I would rather use the BP Canada logo and just wrap the text around it. Not say it in the title.
Yeah.
I think it'd be way more powerful.
Yeah.
It feels old, but it is what it is.
Hey, it's part of your experience.
Big name. Yeah. Well, and especially if you're really not going after the PR clients, this is more just to build your background. I don't know what these black bars are about. I'll get rid of them.
Yeah, it was probably just cut and pasted. Oh, also those logos look weird. The IAP2 and the CPRS ones.
Yes. Yeah, they need some spacing around them. I can do that.
So these are your designations, right?
Well, yeah, but we have my designation somewhere else now, don't we?
They're on the footer.
They should be in the footer, yeah.
They're in the footer on the home page, which could be everywhere. Yeah, this right here.
Yeah, they're there. And the IAP too, it's a course I have, but they actually now have a certification program, and I'm not certified, right? Okay. I did a course, but I didn't get certified, so
it's not in, it won't be on this, but it is on that PR page. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You're not really saying that anything, right?
No, it shows that I'm trained in public consultation, which is a good thing.
Okay.
I know I'm late to the party here, and Lindsay just slapped me, but
yeah, I will.
The Sasovich's page, her footer is like 4 inches high, and it's on every page.
Yeah, so what we've got that we want to put on every page, was actually in one of my lists, is the other footer. I'm not sure where it is, but we do, I think it's here. We have this. We want to have this on every page, or in general. And then this text could use a little edit. It's kind of long. And then people click and it gets...
I actually hardly ever looked at it. I'm always looking at my dog.
No! That's cute. Oh.
I see let's stay connected, and I look at the picture of me and the dog, and then I...
and then you just... Okay. Yeah. Oh, lost Jonathan there.
I feel like I didn't edit the PR page enough. I don't know what happened there.
That's okay.
I mean,
we're not closing the doors to future edits, so that's okay. And you're right, there are some spacing issues.
Those logos look so old.
Really?
They just look dated, right? Like they may have updated their logos by now. I don't know.
That's a good point. So if Rosalie wanted to grab new logos for any of those, that would be a good task for her, and then we can switch them out.
Okay. Sorry. We're definitely going with good enough, right? But there's a little bit more we can do.
Oh yeah, definitely. We want to get it up, and then there are definite edits to do. And accelerate here, and this is going to go to the landing page that Paige has for accelerate. This can be hotter, and then this will go to your one-on-one coaching page, but it's not hooked up.
Yeah, and the other thing is really, I would prefer those two boxes. I would probably prefer if one was the accelerate mastermind landing page, and one was the accelerate webinar landing page, because I have a landing page for that as well. It's just wasn't live on my website. Like you could get to it, and I sent you a link for it.
Yes.
Although it's not as pretty as the one page is. Page. Make it look in family. It's one that Susan's company did.
Okay.
Could I suggest that we put a limiter on this and say limited spots left for working with me in fall 2018?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, I like that. So on a page like this, we may not have that same footer inviting people to your list, because we want to make them do something, and if you give them too many choices, it's not going to work.
So for my business coaching, I mean, that's totally where I want to direct people now at this point, is to one of those group programs, and then on to We Make Stuff Happen, right? So that's where I see that funnel going.
Okay.
Because after they've gone through Accelerate, they're ready to build a website and promote.
Mm-hmm.
And learn how to do social media.
I love that. I think that's a really interesting fit that we should be talking more about.
Mm-hmm. Cross-promoting, for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what do we do? So this is your main personal leadership and business. So this is the one that has the 3 or 4 programs. And then as you scroll down the page, there's the different offers that Susan has. So anything you want to focus on can be pulled up. This needs copy. And anything that you want to add can be added here. So it's kind of...
Should the accelerate, so this is where I'm going with the business. One thing says business coach and the other one says accelerate. It's basically the same thing. I mean, yes, if people could do open coaching and mentoring with me, absolutely. That's a fully customized program.
Yeah. But you want to drive them all to this page.
I want to drive them to accelerate.
This page is fantastic.
I like that. What's that?
This page is just fantastic.
It's good. Isn't it?
It's a good one. And you can really work with that.
So should the fourth one be that we make stuff happen link then? Like if we, I don't know. I don't know where you want to put that.
Interesting question. Yes, I think so. I'm just thinking about other examples that I've seen, like Marie Forleo and the woman who does She Conquers the World. When she has a joint venture, it goes here. It's just a joint venture, and it goes in her listing. And if it's current, it's up high, and if it's not current, it's down low. So it could definitely be at the bottom.
I love all of this, though. It's hard. It'll be hard to take out a picture and stuff. Like, it looks great. It's really got a nice flow.
Awesome. Well, maybe what we could do is make this your accelerate and make this your joint venture.
I'd love to see a word on that whiteboard.
Jonathan?
I actually like this one. I like the one of me writing for the Accelerate Business Mentoring, because that feels like that's more hands-on, right? It's more more teaching and mentoring than it is coaching. So this feels like more teachery. So
okay. So what I would do is move the title, Accelerate Business Mentoring, this title, move it up to here. And then we would want this to go to the Accelerate landing page, not landing page, but sub landing page that we've got here.
Okay.
And then we're not driving any traffic to that business page. This is why I wanted to talk to you before we just put in that last bit of finishing, because if we don't need this stuff, it doesn't need our attention.
No, I don't think we need it.
Okay.
And it feels very wordy.
Yeah, it's definitely old looking, so it would need a revamp. So if we don't need it, then that's great. I'm just writing notes around this. So then for the bottom, if you want to put the We Make Stuff Happen stuff now, then we'd need some copy. And if you don't want it now, then I can just turn it
a better picture of you and me. If we have those ones in a hockey jersey.
That's great.
But then there's that. Well, there's that one of the three of us here, though, right?
There's that one of us in the cave or whatever that was. Vault.
No, yeah, but we had a picture of us outside here, right?
Of 6 of the whole team.
Yeah, but wasn't it just one of the three of us as well?
Maybe, probably.
The only other one I can think of just you and I, Jonathan, is we're walking in the snow.
Okay. So picture of Susan with Jonathan. So Jonathan's going to have to go down to San Francisco this week and get a good picture with you.
There you go.
Don't tell me. My wife's away for a whole week. I got lots of time.
She's going to be working. But meanwhile, I don't like. So that is something we can add when we're ready to start promoting those two.
Yeah, and I can just
be soon, but
I can just turn it off until that happens.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have a beautiful, I was a little unclear about what you were saying about the blog, so maybe we could talk about that. We also have the personal leadership coaching page, which is another sub-page. So I like this. It needs a call to action.
Yeah. And this is my premium coaching program. This is I consider people who sign up here like VIP. Like I'm with them regularly. They're doing a deep dive into their motivators and they're totally right-sizing their life and their career. in this work.
Okay.
It's premium pricing and it's premium service.
Great. So this is what you really want to. Okay.
It is, yeah. And that one, and right now, like I'm getting quite a few leads just from social media and my networking and so on. So I currently don't have any, like the last 2 years I've done a webinar to drive people into this program. I'm just going to leave it for now, but I want to be able to direct people here and have them understand that this is what they get. So
what is the call to action? If you're currently full for 2018, do you want to send them like requests?
Oh, I'm not full for 2018 for the private coaching. I've got some people wrapping up and so on. No, I've got openings in the private coaching.
Okay. So we can be sending them to a strategy session request page. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Was there a new copy or a different copy that you sent yesterday or not yet?
I don't think I sent anything new here.
Okay.
I believe I wrote that fairly recently.
You did, yeah. Okay.
But maybe there needs to be a bigger call to action. I don't know.
There definitely needs to be a bigger call to action, and maybe this is something that we could come back to and punch it up just a little bit for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Even if it had a bit of a beautiful background treatment or something. Mm-hmm. Okay.
The other thing is maybe this is where those testimonials could really pop out.
Totally. That'd be great. We only need to add something like 3. You don't want to overwhelm people, but yeah, adding a couple, 2 or 3 would be great. Do you have specific ones that you would want added to this?
Well, this is the one where I was thinking of those, the avatar kind of people, right? So the 3 people I had in mind to focus on.
Totally.
For Kelly and Allison and who was the third one? Oh, and Diane.
Could you write me 2 sentences? You could be like, examples. Diane used this time to switch her focus from X to Y, and just in 2 sentences we could have a lot.
Okay, I'll do that today.
Great. Okay, and then we have blog. So I was a little confused about, you said that you liked the layout on a blog page where only a couple showed up as opposed to this bigger layout. Do you know what link that was?
No, it's what I'm referring to is you go to the home page.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
And then if you scroll under and you see the treatment, so you see the pictures and then you roll over it and it's got the title.
Okay.
I like that. That's cool.
Okay.
Versus the other page that was all text and it's not scannable as much.
And it's getting complicated. Yeah, no problem at all.
What do you think, Jonathan? I'm trying to increase the scannability of this blog page.
Yeah, so we have this right now, which is a great way to sort by category and stuff, but this is more visual. We can definitely use this.
I love that. Absolutely love that.
Good point.
I'm jealous you have better features than me now.
We need to get through your website and revamp.
I feel like Lindsay's using this to show other people what you can do. So you'll be promoting your brilliance to others to get more people to do it. So
I think we're always just wanting to come up with something better and better and better. Okay, so yes, we can switch out the blog layout.
You had also asked me, you said you didn't love the featured post, and you're asking me about that. I was wondering, like at one point, I didn't spend a lot of time doing it, but I wrote like a personal manifesto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm wondering if that should be more of a featured post or not.
I saw that. So the idea behind featured post right now is that you could change it to anything you want at any time. Ideally, something with a beautiful image would be really nice. I know your manifesto is there. I don't know if it works as a featured post.
It could. I mean, yeah, and I wrote it for you. I wrote it for you just to understand what I believe in, to try to. So I don't need.
Awesome.
Should the featured post be the latest one?
It can be the latest one. It's totally fine. Whatever you choose it to be. So if it's, you know, if you're going into a launch and you want to feature a really good business post,
Right.
Right? Or if you're, you know, going into summer and you want to talk about family, it can just be there.
And so that's something we can teach Rosalie how to do?
Yeah, it's just checking a box, actually. So it's really easy.
Great.
Yeah. And so we have
I'm
a
excited
beautiful...
to do that work.
Yeah, I know. Her heart is in it. I could tell that from what she said. So, and the fact that she didn't want you to pay for her training, you know, for hours spent figuring things out. I like that.
Did you get reimbursed, by the way?
Yeah, the last check arrived like 2 weeks ago. So I actually just wrote this to my husband because I borrowed the money from his business to pay for the program.
Bless. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then this is your blog. So on a blog post, we have this sidebar. We've done it pretty, you know, apply for a strategy session, join my email list, get my personal balance equation. So you know where that is. If you can simplify your categories on your blog, this will be cleaner later on, but it's fine.
So that was a simplified list. So how many would you like?
That's fine then. If we had 5, that would be amazing.
Okay. All right.
Because then people know exactly, and you have to be really choosy.
Because that's a good point. Because when I've gone to other people's websites, my eyes glaze over at the whole list of categories. Like, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of niching, being really specific about what you talk about.
Okay. All right.
Great. And then we still have this right now. We didn't change this out at the bottom of your blog post.
Yeah, I don't love it.
Okay.
It needs to be changed.
So it could easily be changed to a version of this. Because that is your main call to action.
Yes.
Okay. But
I don't want the whole balance equation worksheet. I'm kind of over it, and I see it as just being its own little separate download. And the other idea I have for my balance equation is the idea of turning it into a retreat at some point.
Mm-hmm.
In Bali.
Really leadership. So I'm pulling it out of my regular program, and it's like a little thing if people want to figure out how to get balanced.
It's its own thing. Yeah.
So we're having it in Bali, right?
Costa Rica.
Oh, I'll do.
I can speak.
I'm there.
Did you know Costa Rica has the most retreat centers per capita of any country in the world?
I bet.
And they have direct flights from Calgary. My first one won't be in Costa Rica, but that's maybe later next year I can do one there. My first one will be in the mountains.
Nice. Easy access and beautiful. Mm-hmm. All right, so this is it in a nutshell, and there's a few other little things. There's a contact page, and there's a
some of that wording needs to change.
Consultation page. Okay.
Where are you with that other one? I didn't even see that. The Let's Connect. That's the contact page. Okay.
Yeah, it's contact page.
Mirabel's not joining us, by the way.
Oh yeah, we're halfway through.
Mirabel's not joining us.
Oh, not at all?
Not right now.
She's
I had to go and get an emergency root canal, and she's still sitting in the waiting room with him, and he hasn't even been in yet.
Okay.
So she said to record it and send it to her, but I don't want to do that because I want her input into actually the brainstorm.
Yeah,
so we can just reschedule.
Yeah, this isn't the same. Yeah, same direction.
So let's just carry on. We're fine.
What's the next page after this?
So this is the contact page, and then I showed you the free consultation.
Yeah. Do you think those words are still good? You can have it all: clarity, balance, and success. It doesn't feel as resonant for me as it does when I wrote the page 3 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
I find I've gotten a lot of clients stumble on that. They're like, no, I can't have it all. I have to have a choice. And they stumble on the definition of it before they've worked with me. Because I do think you can have it all, but what's that?
What about saying get clarity or, one specific thing? Because you don't know what they're doing.
Like, what's your next step to clarity and success? Or like taking out balance, and because the core of the work I do is I help people get clear about what's next so they can enjoy the success they're looking for.
And what about something simple like what's your next step?
Yeah, sure. I feel like I say that a lot, but it's fine. It's the key message.
Yeah, you have to hit people over the head with things sometimes, right? 10 times for them to get it.
Jonathan, do you have any thoughts on that, or?
I actually listened to somebody the other day who said that, who said it takes 21 days to form a habit? And this guy got into it, and it was Maslow or whatever, who said it just happened to be that's how long it took him. And then everybody found, it's a universal principle. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is to become habit forming. To me, the essence I'm getting out of this page is when your head hits the pillow, do you feel like, yes, that was a good day? Or when you wake up in the morning, are you like, I got this? From a female perspective, your brain is working way more. Guys just have on-off, right? But you have all these multiple. I do too, but generally. But I wonder if we could just.
More narrative.
When your head hits the pillow, do you have it all together? If not, we should talk.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. It's like that personal sense of satisfaction versus feeling like you were just running and it was just another day of exhaustion.
Craziness, yeah.
Versus, you might still be tired, but at least if you know you're doing the things that are important to you, then you'll feel satisfied.
Yeah.
It's
so simple, but yet gosh, I struggled with that for 10 years, I'd say, before I landed on this.
And you are the living, breathing model of what's possible.
Thank you. Well, I don't want to tell people but help them get them to their own truth.
Yeah.
It's that when Harry met Sally thing in the diner where she fakes the orgasm and then he said, I'll have what she's having. In some ways, that's what people are looking at. They're looking at you in Newfoundland and that whole social media strategy of you having that clarity and balance around what you do now.
Mm-hmm.
So many people love my trip vacation because it's like, I'm so happy for you because you could do that. It's like, can you help me do that? That's really what people are buying into is how you live your life, and they want to live a life like too.
Yeah,
our house is nowhere near as organized as your house. I would love that, but
well, that's a different coach. That's someone else.
I know, but
that's Pat.
Yeah, it is. But in terms of people are buying what you've got, and they want you to help them get that.
Yeah, and I do still feel like there's a fine line between showing off and.
Oh, I 100%.
That's hard. Like I don't usually see clients in my home, and I saw one here yesterday. I brought her all the way up to my office because the kids were home, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, but you have the little princess life up here in your tower."
Oh, really? But why did you read that as a negative?
Well, she sees it as a positive. She's a long-term client, right? But yeah,
it's called a humble brag.
You're the master. I'm trying to learn.
And it sounds, like something inside of you had, that maybe that anxiety or that guilt around. But she said when she was only saying it out of admiration, perhaps.
Yeah. No, Yes, that's all true.
You're a very humble, beautiful soul, and it's hard to sort of present that on a shelf in a store saying, "Buy me," right?
Right.
But the very essence of you just exudes out, and people get that without you having to say anything. And just by living socially authentically, rather than inauthentic, which is so many what other people do, they just gravitate. We're seeing that, with your posts.
Mm-hmm.
But just be you and embrace it. But I totally get it. There's many things I don't post because it's like, nah. Have you seen a post with Debbie's car in it?
Yeah. Well, no, that was a private post to me.
Exactly.
I didn't want to post a picture of my cabin, the Mike Lavin. A lot of people were asking.
Oh, you should. Because that's the big ultimate gain for most people is to have a second home.
But the other side of that, the story that you told me that you didn't tell on social, I think that was really meaningful too.
The parents who are next door and all the daily, like the dementia.
You don't have to get into the nitty gritty, but the reason that you built the cabin, being wanting to be a bigger part of your family's life, those are high integrity values showing. That's
a blog right there.
That's a really big story.
Thank you. Yeah, certainly my vision for what, I mean, the cat. It does feel funny calling cabin. The cabin is bigger and more beautiful than my vision was. My vision was to be a part of the community and part of my family in a bigger way. And could we just have this little place in the woods so I can be close by? And my husband he likes to build big things. He's Calgarian. So, so we have our, Alberta log cabin in the woods in Newfoundland. So his is the big, right? His is the big and more showy. I am just like, I just want to be near my family. This would be great. I didn't need this big place, but this is lovely. Thank you.
Yeah. The story behind the cabin, I think that's a really good one to tell. And it would bring in your
ideas. You both get what you wanted, right? It's
like, oh my gosh.
Who invented surf and turf? I mean, really? But it works.
Yeah, we both got what we wanted. Yeah, totally did.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Okay, that's a great idea. That might even be my next one.
Mm-hmm. Good. It's timely.
Yeah, love it.
And I want to see pictures of your mom and dad.
Yeah, we've got some nice ones. Yeah. Okay, so on the complementary balance breakthrough session, I sent you text for that because we're not calling it that anymore.
Okay.
Strategy session.
Okay, and that's in yesterday's document?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just moving away from the balance breakthrough idea, because you actually don't break through. It's like, it's more, the session is a strategy for moving forward, right?
I like that. It's clean. Okay.
And those are my people. They're not glitz, like they're just like, they're genuine, right? They're not looking for glitz.
Yeah, it's perfect. I think that's what the website is ideally going to be too, right? It's really genuine. Those pictures are beautiful. It's not glitzy, but it's got a sense of light to it. They're like,
awesome.
Great. So I'll go through that and I'll cover some things. Paige will cover some things off so we can get it up tonight or tomorrow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. And then I sent you back a question about your locked page or locked pages. You have a customer login. We did just copy your original site over when we started. So hopefully everything that was there is still there.
Okay.
But if you could send me the link where they currently log in, I can dig into it a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, and that page is okay. It even has a video, which is not very good, but it even has a video.
Awesome.
So just to clarify, we're putting this site on WP Engine, yeah?
That was the idea. At least I explained to Susan how we run it, and definitely in the short term, we'll get it up right away on WP Engine. And then she was interested in how it works. So we talked about that. So yeah, she's thinking potentially doing it long term with us.
Okay. So going forward though, if you're going to write another blog, do you want to then give renewed WordPress access on this site back to eVision? It's fine.
No.
No, the idea is to train Rosalie to do it.
Yeah.
Because at this point, once we move, then we can't go back. So we have to jump into action then, right?
Yeah. So we can help you get that first blog up. It's not a big deal. And then we can train Rosalie, right?
Okay. So what is it? So right now, like if I have any questions about the back end of my business, back end of my website or anything, I go to eVision. So, I mean, I can just do that with you guys and just move forward.
Yeah, and then we can help you with your newsletters and your blog and training and all that.
Rosalie's up. Yeah.
Get her there.
Because your family, I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Well, as you know, I was wanting to move things over away from Susan. I just wasn't sure what the process was and all that. So.
Awesome. And at some point you're going to need to tell her. So we'll figure that out.
Yes, no, I'll talk to her the next few days for sure.
Okay.
When are you back from San Fran?
Sunday.
So do you and I want to meet again early next week then?
Yes.
We'll go through launch and we'll go through your social.
So Monday and Wednesday are best for me next week.
Okay. Monday is... Yep. What time on Monday?
Why do I have... How about 1 o'clock?
Calgary time?
Oh, yeah. 1 o'clock Calgary time.
Yeah, so 12 o'clock my time. No problem.
Great. There's one other little tiny thing, especially since I'm loving what Paige did with my Accelerate Mastermind page. I'd love to have an image that I can share on social and stuff that links back to that page.
Okay.
Can she just create something kind of quick so I can start promoting it that way?
Totally. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Love it.
Accelerate Mastermind logo and, getting people to apply. Call to action.
Okay.
I'm just putting this.
Do you have an idea around what you want the wording call to action to be?
Yeah, sure. I can just send you an email. I
Okay.
have something written up.
Marvelous, darling.
From a marketing perspective, I've not ever. This is only 8 people that I need that I'd like to have in my mastermind, and I'll be doing a personal ask. I have ideas of who they all will be, so I'll mostly be doing that. But I would like to open it up to put it out there on social and to do an email campaign around it. What kind of frequency do you typically recommend? Like I'm 6 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 or 7 weeks away from wanting to launch to start the mastermind. What kind of email frequency would you recommend?
To a targeted list or to the whole list?
To the whole list.
And are you going to do a webinar to tell them what's involved?
I could.
Because typically, when we launch the bootcamp that's coming up next, we've got a webinar for September 11, so we'll have about 2 or 3 emails running up to that. I think one goes out tomorrow, announcing that. And so they've got that on the calendar, hopefully. And then we go through with maybe even some Facebook Lives, what they're going to get on the webinar. And then they hopefully join the webinar or register. And then we have a different strategy, like, did you see it? Here's a replay, and so on. And use all of that Zoom webinar information to be able to see who signed up and who stayed, and get quite technical on the back end around being strategic about signing them up.
Mm-hmm.
So probably 4 to 6 emails, I would say, over that period of time.
But you drive them to a webinar and you do Facebook Live.
I think I would, yeah.
And you can do things more content-based, like more give-based, like tell them a story about someone you worked with who became, who did really well, and then invite them. It's not just hard sell.
Yeah, especially if you can bring those people into the webinar too.
Release their story.
You did that for me, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, so you had a full presentation, like a little mini, like this is what we cover in our boot camp. I mean, this is a mastermind, so it's not content driven.
But you could talk about your retreat. You could talk about how many sessions they get with you. You can talk about the resources that they get by being part of that mastermind.
Okay. And so you would have like a Zoom webinar and people could ask questions and so on if they want to learn more and that kind of thing. Like interact.
You can, yeah.
Okay. I love doing videos.
It's good. You do really beautifully on video. You don't have to do the webinar. It's just a good system.
No, it's just a phone. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've done the last couple of years around for the personal balance equation private coaching program. I've done, and then I was driving. That was with Susan's team, and they scheduled all the emails.
I promise the links will work.
Yeah.
We've dealt with that a few times with different teams. Also, the graphic that Paige does, we can have that at the bottom of your emails just as a quiet call to action too, and it can be very beautiful.
Okay, that'd be great.
Thank
you. Okay, perfect. So if she could pull something together fairly soon, that would be awesome.
Totally.
To start promoting it. Okay, thank you. Well, I'm going to try to tackle that and see how it goes. Like I said, it's pretty small. I'm only looking for.
Awesome.
Enjoy San Francisco, you lucky butt.
Thank you.
Lots of pictures.
That selfie.
Definitely is on my list.
So good.
All right, great to see you both.
You too. Have a great day.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Right now.